let's get at it. Let's get at it. We're gonna talk about bail bonds first and immigration. I'm about to go ahead and go straight into the intro in 3, 2, 1. All power to the people. It's the Brea Listen Podcast, the Black podcast focusing on social political issues and how they affect our community. With your hosts, Brea Ward, Cedric Owens, Matt Smiley, and Anthony Rogers. Brea Listen. Brea Nation, what's good? We back at it again. Tank, I can tell by his eyes and his reaction, he don't like when I call him Cedric Owens. But
that bullshit.
That's professional. This is a professional podcast.
What's up, man? God dang. Don't nobody know.
Oh, Monique knows it. I was about to say Monique called his name out real quick when he was on the show. But Brea Nation, what's up? Welcome back again. Episode number 14 of the Brea Listen Podcast. We feeling good. We feeling great. We're going to get into it today for you. We just want to appreciate everybody that listening for us and back on it again with us. And that's great. And we appreciate that as well. So we're going to get straight started today. I guess I should ask y'all how y'all doing. Y'all feel all right?
Man, I'm fucked up, bro.
Oh, then that means everybody great. So, so Matt gave us a nod too, y'all. He the silent killer, so you know. But yeah, man. So everybody feeling great. We're gonna hop straight into it. Matt happened to share something with us from Vice. Although the story was from like 2 years ago, it's still relevant or whatever. It was about bail bondsmen and bail bonds in America and the cash bail system in general, and how they're using the cash bail system and basically making poor people who can't afford to get out of jail, basically using that to make profit off of them. And it's a real bad system. It's a whole bunch of deep things about it. If you want to check it out, it was a Vice News, I believe, on YouTube, and you can just check it out. Just Google bail bond system US, and it'll pop up. It was a real good article, but we're gonna talk about that today because it goes into the whole criminal justice reform thing, and do we think of course we think criminal justice system needs reform, but one of the issues about it, and this is one of the little sub issues that I feel like after watching this video for like the third time, I really feel like it's a big time issue, and we struggling with it in America. Something interesting in the video that I noticed was America and the Philippines are the only countries in the world that have a for-profit bail system. Nobody else in the whole world has it except America and the Philippines. So I feel like we usually try to look at ourselves as exceptional. So I don't think we would want to align ourselves with that. But Matt, you brought up the issue, man. Tell me what you thought about it when you first watched this video and what you think about these issues, man.
You know, I think it's just another example where systemic racism leads to institutions and practices that, while on the surface they appear like, okay, at least you can pay 10% out. You can get this bond. You don't have $500,000. You can put down $5,000, and at least you get out of jail. But how fair is it when you go back to trial in 3 months, the charges get dropped, and you out of $5,000?
Right.
And then on top of that, the bonds aren't set relative to the crime. There was a specific instance mentioned in the video where the killers of Freddie Gray, the cops, had the same bond or a lower bond than the dude arrested for basically public disorderly conduct.
Right. And you guys might remember the kid that had his bond was $250,000. No, it was $500,000 for his bond, and Freddie Gray's killers was $250,000 for their bond. And you might remember the guy because the imagery is being everywhere. It's the one kid who stood on the back of the police car with the baseball bat, and he was hitting the police car, busting out the windows. They gave him a $500,000 bond.
After he turned himself in.
After he turned himself in, because he didn't think it was no big deal. Disorderly conduct, you go home or whatever. But then they shot him with a $500,000 bond. But the guys who got charged with manslaughter.
Well, that ain't no way to get money from one if you ain't got. Wouldn't it be like more sense to have a lower bond so you actually get some money?
They just want him out of jail.
They don't want him out of jail. It works on both ways because if the niggas don't have money, they can't get out. And if the niggas do have money, we got their money.
Do they get paid when you're sitting in the county? But the prison is that costing the state.
That costs the state.
That costs the state money. So why they keeping these niggas?
You think the state don't care about paying to keep niggas locked up?
Well, everything is always in the end about profit. So they don't just want to lock a whole bunch of niggas up and take care of them outside or inside the jail. So what's the real thing why they don't give them their bond?
Well, from what I was looking at, and when I was doing research into this after we saw the video, the bail bond industry make over $25 billion or something like that a year or whatever, and the money that they taking in from it or whatever, they pay taxes on because it's a business. So they get their money regardless or whatever. The bail bond pay the whole bond or whatever because that's what it is. It's basically like an insurance. They front it. So if your bond, what, $50,000, you pay $5,000, right? 10%. So yeah, 10%. So if your bond $50,000, right? So if your bond $50,000, you need $5,000. So either you put up an asset or you put the $5,000 up. You give the bail bondsman $5,000, but the bail bondman pay the court $50,000. Because the court say 50, it's 50.
Well, no, they put a bond up.
Yeah, they put the bond up. My bad. Yeah, they put They put the bond up for 50 G's. So if you renege on that bond, then the court get the 50 G's from the bond, because that's how a bond works.
Wait, so if I don't use a bail bond and then just pay the bond myself, I get my money back?
If you got 50 G's?
Yeah, like I got money. Look, I got a personal
for that.
Yeah, for that.
And we talking about bail bonds and look at these sorry bitches. I got a personal right. We make it happen, bail bonds. Y'all bastards. Let me tell you something about these motherfuckers. I got locked up for I was doing some naked business with a nice young lady in the public. Now,
not the Publix. The public.
Not the Publix. No, not public. I love
you ain't
Publix.
got no business by that fried chicken doing
anyway,
that. We good people. We good people. We just trying to get this ass by this chicken ass.
Obviously don't like to see niggas fucking out there and call the police on me. Let me tell you what make it happen bail bonds. When the person called and see what my bail was, they told them all my business. Like, oh, I don't think you want to get him out. Girl, he been blah, 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 blah. Fuck y'all make it happen bail bonds. I call when somebody come to pay bail, they don't need all that personal information.
It's insurance. You making an application for it.
That's it. They gotta have it all.
Don't back away asking you questions.
Hey, you can't be like, just give me the bond. It don't matter that I'm a killer and I killed 17 babies on the road.
It's your people's coming to like, yo, they ain't got no all that. Just pay the bond and let it go on.
She just told your personal family.
Yeah. And then what make it suggestion. I don't know if you want a little ratchet ass bail bombing. Don't fuck with make it happen bail bombing. Go to Valentine. That is my.
Don't go to no bail bombing. We'll get to that by
people get fucked up all the time. Hey, Valentine's is real.
That's the point.
That's part of the problem with the bail system too. Is that when you got black people and minorities being arrested disproportionately,
right? Now
they having to deal with bonds disproportionately. And the other part of it is this: if I spend $5,000 to get out, that's $5,000 I don't have for my defense.
Right. And now you got a PD, and that's a whole different show.
And now you done burnt up $5,000.
That's a whole. Brea, what was your first thoughts? Oh, go ahead. I was just about to ask you, what was your first thoughts?
I think my biggest issue with it is the fact that it's just like normal people that's taking this money from people. I think that's my biggest issue with it. Like, you just decide.
I'm about to say, what you mean by normal people? I was just about to ask you that.
Like, you just say, hey, I'm going to open a bail bondsman place, and you get to do this to the communities that's surrounding you. I think that's my biggest issue. Everything in America is for profit, whether it's wrong or right, and people don't even care.
Capitalism, man.
I love it.
And it's really wrong. And they're like preying on black people. Like I keep forgetting his name. He was in 13 as well. But the gentleman, he had glasses, the black guy, and they put him in jail for like 3 years. Waiting for his trial, and because they wanted him to take a plea, and he didn't even do.
Right, you talking about a kid from New York? I can't think of his name right now off the top of my head. Khalif, yes, and he was put in jail for a petty crime that he didn't commit. He said he didn't do the crime. They gave him a high bond. He didn't want to bond out. He's like, I'm not bonding out on something I didn't even do, because I'm gonna be out of, like you said, Matt, 5,000, 6,000, whatever it is. I'm gonna be out that. I'm not bonding out. And he did 3 years. It took the freaking county of New York, whatever county that is, of New York City, it took them 3 years to figure out if they had enough evidence to press charges on this dude. And they kept him in jail for 3 years at Rikers Island, and then found that he was not guilty. They didn't have no charges. They released him. And then he did a whole bunch of activism stuff against them after that, but he ended up committing suicide.
I don't know about that New York shit. That New York shit is a whole lot different than down here, because you got a certain amount of time that you have to be charged with something before.
Clearly, it's at least 3 years.
No, not down here. If you ain't charged with something within 42 days or something, you get arrested and they have to let you go.
But see, what they can do is, we really want to get you for murder, but we're gonna arrest you for public nudity.
Right.
So we got you on that one charge, so we're gonna get you to sit while we go looking for information that can get a conviction on the murder.
I don't
The
know.
bounty hunter stuff is just like how it was in slavery when the slave catchers used to go and catch the slaves for the court and the court making money off of it. I feel like it's the same thing.
I agree. It did have that same imagery to me. When the one, if you everybody out there in Brea Nation, if y'all go, I encourage y'all to go watch the video and to subscribe to Vice, but also subscribe to Brea Listen. But subscribe to Vice because it's really good. They put good content out. And if you watch the video, the lady from Empire Bail Bonds, the white lady, when she was yelling at the other dude, now the dude wasn't even black. He was a Latino dude. He was like, "You're a little shit. You don't care about your family." She was berating this dude, all because you had to cash one of your bonds in.
No, because you know what, your mama don't put the house up, and all you
Now
had to
that's
do was
true.
be here Tuesday.
Now that's true.
With my $100.
I can't even argue with that, man. You actually
You got to
right.
come looking for you.
But that's another thing. Let's talk about that real quick.
And the caliber of customer.
Why
they-
should you
they-
have to keep paying for this? If I wasn't charged or anything, why should I still be having to pay for that?
You
That's
should
go
just
to jail.
ridiculous.
Because you're going to jail. So here's something that I noticed from the video that I think is really fucked up or whatever. The disproportionate shit, right?
Yeah.
So justice supposed to be blind. It's not supposed to see your color, how much money you got, or whatever. This is clearly justice seeing how much money you got. Because a dude who is a millionaire or comes from wealth, he might have 50 G's. But a dude who ain't come from nothing, he not gonna have 10% of 50 G's.
You talking about Paul Manafort?
Yeah, exactly. Paul Manafort can bond out right away, even if his bond $3 million, because he got $200,000
I
in
don't
the
know if
bank.
it's all about that, but it shows that black people own disproportionately. Y'all already know this. We get higher bonds than crack.
True, that's true. That was talked about in the video. But here's the thing too, not just black people. I don't even want to make this just a black issue. This is
all that matters.
This is an American justice issue, period. Because if you fix the system, period, it'll fix it for black people and everybody else.
No, it won't.
You don't think
because,
so?
No, it won't, because the whole money thing, that's different than the black thing and the nigga thing, because that got to do specifically with KKK judges. They see a white boy who did this, they give him this amount of bond. They see a black person that did this, the same crime, and they make his substantially higher. We get sentenced longer for the same crimes as white people, and I don't know how they gonna fix that shit.
Right.
Whatever. That's a white people thing. That ain't a system thing. That got to do with crime.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing though.
Kill him.
But
the judge.
But see,
I'm sick of this shit. I'm ready to
it is very frustrating. But see, to me, that's the thing about it though. Okay, so justice not blind in this situation because you can't. If the bond's not set based on the person's income, then it's already fucked up. Because if you're not setting the bond based on your income, the bond gonna be too high. Period. Second of all, even beyond that, there should be no bond set. Why is it that us and the Philippines are the only countries in the world?
What's the solution then?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man.
I like solutions, baby. Give me a solution.
So the solution is what the District of Columbia went to.
Exactly.
Right.
Which is pre-trial intervention. And it's basically 3 levels. Once you get arrested, you can either be released on your own recognizance, just come back on the 5th for your court date.
That's it.
You can be released with some type of supervision, like an ankle monitor,
Whatever.
or you have to
Right?
check in
Probation
with
officer,
your
whatever. Yeah.
right, with your PO leading up to trial, or remand. You done killed 4 people.
You
can't
ain't
let
going
you-
nowhere.
we can't let you
Right.
loose.
And
Right.
that's
And
fair.
And they said with that, 80% of the people show up for their court date.
Yeah.
In the district, 88% of people.
But
still show up.
and the national average is 72%.
Right.
So I think the bail bond things in general put fear in people's heart, and that's part of making them not show up.
Well, part of it too is you got to think, if you arrest someone who's on the lower tiers of our society to begin with,
Right.
now you're taking them away from whatever employment they would have had. You've disrupted their family over what crime, right?
That's the
Like-
thing.
like these
that's the
low-level
thing with America.
offenses.
And white people, they don't care about your whole situation. They trying to keep people down, especially the people who are rich. They want to keep people poor as much as they can. So
That
if they
makes
slap
sense.
you with this, bail bonds that you got to pay or whatever, then that's keeping you from actually excelling and making something of it.
Well, you know what Matt said with the whole, if you already, like, say, like me, if I get arrested, I got a bond. Because if I don't go to work, I'm losing my job.
Who watching it?
Right, who watching Anna? So that, in that situation, it forces people to take on these bonds. You feel like as a minority or as a person that's impoverished, you don't have a choice.
I depend now. What about real criminals? Now we had like all these niggas innocent. Everything ain't innocent.
So that's the thing. With the DC part, the other part is when you're arrested, they have a whole department set up to pull your rap sheet, to look at your health, your general medical situation, your family setup. They trying to see, okay, is there somebody who's gonna be dangerous if they're released?
I would say some of these niggas can't be releasing them right back into the street.
But
they won't get out. Yeah,
what we can do is we can remand them.
Right. You going back to jail.
Right.
But then,
what's happening right now is they just arresting people for petty stuff and say, hey, you got a $500,000 bond. You know what I mean? It's not fair.
But when you remand them, who is that up to?
The
judge. Right back to the KKK.
But then they only
we're not right back.
It's good in DCC. I don't know about Mississippi.
In chocolate, but see,
I don't know about Alabama. But here's the thing: we're remand niggas without a bail, no bail, or whatever.
But no, there's a review court. So So if the judge, like what Matt said, there's a review court. So if the judge remands you, and the review boards, because the review board gives the suggestion. So they say either remand, release a recognizance, or whatever. So if they say release a recognizance and you do freaking remand and you keep doing that for black people, you're gonna have a track record then. So then they'll be able to get a judge.
Judges right now got a track record for sentencing niggas disproportionate.
Yeah, but at least that'll condense it. You get what I'm saying? They don't have as much control over
it's a
just saying, hey,
you're making a choice. Like you're making a choice for the judge before he has to think about it.
Right.
It's a lot easier for him to open up the file.
Yeah, you're right.
The state attorney say,
very true, man.
Release with an ankle monitor.
Judges do have
you want to do it, have fun.
A track record right now, but the reason why it's not being persecuted or nobody saying nothing about it, but a small group of people, is because there was no suggestion. So it's all the judge's opinion. Matt's right. If you got paperwork in front of you, paperwork on top of paperwork, where these people done research a 4-person team that said this is what we should do for that person, and you go against it, you gonna have to start answering questions.
Well, yeah, think they gonna have to start.
No, they gonna have to start answering questions.
Don't say that as a fact. Because the system has been in place. You guys have been doing this shit forever.
True, but we changed it.
But now because they got a revision board, now all of a sudden that's gonna change it. Or now then they're gonna have the same track record.
Can't get the pot of gold without going over the ring.
I'm saying you
can't go from start to finish.
I'm saying y'all can do that, alright, y'all can do that. But I guarantee you, the shit they're gonna keep that same track record.
Well,
and it's gonna go unchecked because nobody was. We had a black president. Nobody was checking for this criminal justice reform. Nobody was worried about healthcare. We had Bush.
Justice.
We had Bush. We had Bush. I don't know. We had Bush before that. The last time we were talking about criminal justice reform was Clinton, and they was talking about locking more niggas up.
They did lock them more niggas up, but criminal justice reform is a huge legislative issue. You talking about changing the whole system of justice in America.
Like
just to go back to what we were saying though about this with the review board, we were just saying earlier about PDs and how that's a whole nother show, right? But if you say you do get remanded, right, and the board said you should have got out, that gives your PD more ammunition. Why the judge going against the board? That's even helping your PD then.
So y'all know how this system works. So how about this then, right? Criminal justice system reform may be a ways off. But what we have been seeing is changes in what's legal and illegal, right? So we can agree that somebody going to jail for 5 years for an ounce of weed is a stretch. That's a bit more than unfair. Right. But if the state legalizes possession, right, that's one less reason for you to enter the criminal justice system.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe we can't get judges off the bench, but what we can do is change the rule book.
That's what I'm talking
by voting.
That's what I'm talking about, goddamn. Because these people,
which one you talking about? The rule board or the judge off the bench?
No, you got to change the rules.
Okay.
Because when you still giving the judge free reign to do whatever the fuck he want to do, they still see, when they see that black big black dude, a young black boy, when they see a 16-year-old black boy, he might as well be a grown-ass man.
I'm gonna say this though.
They don't see babies. They see grown-ass men when they see these.
But you're not gonna like mandatory minimum.
Right. I'm gonna say this though, and it might sound weird coming from me, but I gotta give it credit, man, because lately the stuff I've been seeing with judge over prosecuting and judges being like basically unfair within the law, I've been seeing them getting called out. The lady who treated the one lady who couldn't breathe and stuff like that, she had COPD and she was real sick and ill, and the Miami judge, the white lady, and this was a black lady that was sick, just berated her. She lost her seat on the bench. The dude in New York who had a track record of sentencing black juveniles to jail, more than white juveniles to jail, lost his seat. And I just seen today a story where a judge was, he was a traffic judge, just like Judge Flower was that bitch in Jacksonville or whatever, but he was a traffic judge and he was letting white people on DUIs keep their license or get off, but he was giving black people the harshest penalty he can. He lost his seat.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it is real quick. I'm not gonna say it is and it ain't progressing, but we can't be fooled by a couple of YouTube and Facebook clips.
Which is fine, but you gotta start the conversation somewhere. The fact that they're putting it out there and starting the conversation is, you know.
Monkeys gotta throw some shit on the wall, see what sticks.
Nah, man, come on.
Them two don't go together.
No.
I put it together. Them two don't go together. Throw some shit on the wall and see what sticks.
Because like at some point, go ahead, bro.
I totally agree with it. The whole pre-trial process that they're doing, I think that's gonna make it better.
Oh yeah.
It takes the money out of the hands of people who are exploiting poor people. I hate that crap.
No, you talking about bail.
Let's see the thing, though.
I totally exploit people.
One thing the dude from East Coast bail bonds did say, if they change bail law, I'll go make pizzas. See, that's the beautiful thing about capitalism is, right?
Right.
People who want to make money gonna do something to make money.
They gonna make money
Until they
regardless.
can't do A, they gonna find B.
People now want to make money from sit around and complain.
We might get rid of bail bonds and then now we got more liquor stores.
I'm glad you brought
up.
up the dude from East Coast bail bonds or whatever, because I'm gonna bring up the chick from Empire bail bonds and what she said. So, and that's a question I'm gonna ask y'all. Okay, so say somebody we had a review board that released their own reconnaissance and they supposed to show up to court or whatever, right? So then, like they say, who go get these people?
The U.S. Marshals.
That's what I said. I said that too. But they were saying that's gonna cost taxpayers more money for us to pay them. But that's the marshal's job. Who they going to get right now? Ain't you supposed to go get people with warrants?
Right. I mean, what you running for?
I like the idea of private bounty hunters. Anybody that can go make a hustle.
How far are you running?
But then the other gentleman made a good point too. He was like, these people are already poor. Where they gonna go? They can't just pack up everything else.
Yes, that was
got passports to
right. That was right. But that's another thing about setting bail. You can actually, and I looked into this. You can actually right now set no bail and release somebody at their own recognizance. You can do that right now. Bail is something that's supposed to be set based on your flight risk and your risk to escape.
The circumstances of your arrest.
Right. So if somebody that get arrested for stealing shoes from Foot Locker, right, out the back, and they from 5020 or whatever, they from Cleveland Arms or whatever, they ain't got no passport, they ain't got no money to buy no plane ticket, and they don't own a car. But then you set their bail at $150,000. That's
not the norm now. They bail. I'm
oh,
in the
my nigga.
No.
It's probably gonna be like 25 grand.
No. Even if it's 25 grand, that's too much for him. Yeah.
Okay, wait. Y'all niggas ain't been. How many courts have y'all?
How many people have bonded out?
No.
Oh, tell them, man.
How many courts have y'all been through and just seen and just sat through and seen line? When you go to court, if you a first time offender, all right, if you got $150,000 for stealing some shoes, that's some outrageous, out of the normal shit.
You don't think
your mind probably
disorderly conduct $250,000 is outrageous? They did it to 23 people that same day.
23. Okay, now in comparison.
Yeah. All right. 23. One nigga was walking home to his daughters.
And they arrested him. They didn't tell him what his charges were, and they charged him $250,000.
23 compared to 100,000. Disorderly conduct.
What's the average bond, Tank?
All right.
What you think the average bond is?
Because I just sat through the fucking bond hearings or whatever, and if you,
I'm saying, what you think the average bond is?
Or whatever, you get about $2,500, and you got to pay $250 or $5,000.
Okay, so if
or
it's $5,000,
$10,000 at the most if you did something with string, and that's $1,000. But it's not no $150,000.
For you?
No.
You just saying, and of course, you said no. You want to hear that number like that.
Right.
Yes, you're not going to hear that outrageous number.
But
That's all I'm saying.
Thank you, man. Go ahead and say
it. At 5,000, at 2,000.
It's too much.
Because there was a reason I was selling these shoes.
Right. It's too much.
If you got a 5,000, it's usually a $5,000 or $10,000 bond. Unless you did something shit, then that's 500 and 200. When you said $150,000, that's $1,000.
Again, you talking about?
You gotta go sell some dick to get that money.
You talking about?
What we talking about? I just wanted to stay realistic.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Astronomical.
That's my point though. Like the average bond is $15,000. That's the average bond in America.
Yes.
Right?
Okay. That makes sense.
That's too much damn money.
You gotta think about the range of crimes and shit. I don't know what's all. That's every crime.
It don't matter.
In the middle.
But that's my point. Like,
that's murder. That's murder, robbery. That's everything though.
But it could be you and your old lady got into a fight, and now she's still mad, so she ain't buying the
That wine gonna be $500, man. Shit. You ain't got the $500. You fucked up in life, my nigga.
That's how they got you in the first place.
And yes, they are fucked up in life.
You
they
fucked
don't have
up
the $5,000.
They don't know what it is. Sit your ass sit your ass in jail and chill till your court date.
I ain't even did shit. No.
But now you
can't be in jail if I ain't doing anything.
Yeah, now you lost your job.
You lost your job. It's on your record.
Well, that means your last paycheck, you gonna have $500 to buy your black ass out then.
Can't use it for that. How I'm gonna beat this?
Yeah, exactly.
How you gonna beat it?
Because then what if
you ain't got to, don't worry about getting no lawyer.
What if their case does not get dismissed when they finally go back to court?
At least you'll be on the outs though. Ain't nobody got no money. A lawyer is a whole nother. That's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother topic though. I can't put the lawyer in with the bail.
You know what this bail bond and shit remind me of?
Once.
Yeah, exactly. You know what this bail bond and shit remind me of? The resisted arrest charge. It's one of the most bullshit charge ever, right? Yeah. So say a police pull me over, I ain't do shit or whatever, and he want to arrest me, and I'm like, no, you can't arrest me because I ain't do nothing. That's resisting.
I done kind of came to Matt's side because I remember Matt a long time ago. He was like, and the niggas in the Starbucks just buy the fucking coffee. I see a lot of these videos and niggas just be doing too much. I just seen a Waffle House video where they overcharged for orange juice.
Waffle House again?
Yeah. I don't know what these niggas doing at Waffle House.
Stop real quick. I'm gonna let you finish your point. Listen to everybody out there in Brea Nation.
Yes.
Stop going to goddamn Waffle House. Y'all can't act right in that bitch. Y'all keep fucking up. Don't go there no goddamn more.
Hey, so the orange juice is $1.50. They charge the nigga $2.50. So they asked the nigga why, I guess they got into it with her about the bill. She called the police. Now the police here. Now him and his old lady snapping outside there, like, I ain't going to jail. My hands up. I didn't want to know about bill.
Do you want your dollar?
Nigga, you nigga go home.
I want my whole dollar back.
Of course the police are wrong for sending him to jail, but nigga, you're doing too much.
Yeah, I agree. I'm actually on that particular situation. I'm gonna have to flow with Matt. Yeah, usually me and Matt on stuff like that. You know, I got too much pride for that, and I'm like, stand on your laurels, nigga. If your laurels is $1, you a dumbass nigga, boy. Yeah, you about to go to jail for $1, bro. You stupid. Like that's dumb. I'm not going to jail for $1, bro. You can have that whole dollar. You can have that whole dollar. But you know niggas don't know how to handle restaurant bills anyway. Yeah, you got your own. You dropped the juice, nigga.
On the menu, it said $1.50.
No, baby, we don't spend $30.
Bill so high.
It should have been $29.
You should.
I want a minute.
That nigga should have went to the Waffle House.
Take it out the tip, bro. And go
but how much Waffle House? How much you think a Waffle House check is?
Shit.
$30 for 4 people?
Yeah.
This nigga complained about $1.
And
Go home.
You know what that nigga bond gonna be, right? $50,000.
Officer,
you a show
officer, you keep telling me to pay. You ain't tell her to explain why my bill's so high.
That's what he was saying.
Sir, are you drunk?
Yeah. Are you drunk, sir? Hell yeah, I'm drunk. I'm at Waffle House.
Sir, I pushed the wrong button. What do you want from me?
That nigga should have went to IHOP.
We're not gonna get started.
IHOP, no nigga.
IHOP. That nigga should have went to IHOP. International House of Burgers. He should have went there.
Waffle House, that nasty ass shit. Alright. Well, I did used to like their ham and cheese omelet, but it's been a long time since I've been in Waffle House.
I can't fuck with no Waffle House either, man.
I'm so unsanitary.
But you could be a sponsor on the show, though.
They hire the best crackheads and trap niggas. They sell dope and cook the food out of the
and you know what? If they get caught selling dope and they can't bond out, they losing that Waffle House cook job. They losing it. That's the thing. The Bells bond thing gotta go, Tank.
Hey, Kendra, you got the bell bomb, you gotta go. Excuse me, podcast, we having a break right now. Kendra, come here, you gonna bring me that bottle from over there?
Oh, God.
Apparently, from way in the back. Apparently, Tank ain't having enough liquor.
Yeah, I gotta do it.
AJ, you should make AJ get up. He got on zoot shoes and everything.
I'm not married to AJ.
He wants you. He wants
She is my servant.
He want to walk in.
That's what wife means.
I'm sorry, what?
Y'all don't know what wife means?
I thought you didn't want to talk about the black family.
I was going to say, because you know how to get on this topic now. You know, open it up.
No.
Look at Matt disappointed now.
I'm just focusing in. I want to hear this.
We ain't gonna talk about marriage. I'm happily married, all right. Happy wife, happy life. I just want to keep my blood pressure low. Now, what we finna talk about is the immigrant coming across the border.
These who now?
Go home. Immigrants. He's talking about my boy D over there said, go home.
You go.
If I was in West,
they know you're here now. Just walk across the front of it.
Unplug it.
Why you walking that way?
Yeah. Kendra, everybody out there in Bruh Nation, if you go back and watch the YouTube live stream, Kendra didn't want to be on the camera. She didn't want y'all to see, but she got to walk over here to take the bottle. Oh, she passed it to Brea. Oh, yeah.
Just a little cool.
But yeah, Tank, that's a good segue.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to
At
get
the end of the day, we did. Yeah, at the end of the day with this Bells bond thing, I think we all frustrated. It got to go. And again, I want to go back real quick and say this. The fact that the Philippines and America is the only two places in the world that do the freaking Bells bond thing is out of control. You can't have that. You can't have it be the Philippines and America. Now, if it was like Canada, Mexico, England, no, it don't make it right. You're right, man. But I'm saying, at least I would be like, well, you going along with the status quo. Because we tend to go along with the status quo a lot in America. But the fact that nobody else doing it,
it's technically unconstitutional.
it is, yes. Before we go on to the next topic, we do need to talk about
IRS
this.
unconstitutional. They still do it.
That's right.
They don't give a fuck.
You got to stand up and say
Ain't no. If
you got to
everybody
vote
just
someday,
You gotta vote. Yeah, what you say, Matt? You gotta do what?
Gotta
Vote,
if
cuz.
everybody just said fuck the IRS, what they gonna do?
That's a good point, cuz.
What they gonna do?
You hate judges,
they're
right?
gonna arrest enough people to
Yeah,
make people start.
well, I don't hate judges. I hate
That's all they
racist judges.
Right. You want to, You want to change the judges that are racist, right? You know you got to vote to do
They
that,
need
right?
a litmus test
For a judge.
Yeah, and voting is very important. Local voting is very important.
It's extremely important.
Well,
It's extremely important.
No, I never said voting.
When you said you didn't vote for the president, did you go in there and vote everything else, but you just didn't vote? You abstained from the president vote? Because I'll let that slide.
What we talking about vote? When
we talking about voting.
Look, I got shit I gotta take care of. Okay, I'm a 2-time felon. I gotta send shit to Tallahassee. I gotta do all kind of shit. I don't even know if they counted my shit.
Not can't vote and didn't vote.
It's two different things.
Voted for some.
Well, I can't vote. Even if I did vote, I don't know if it's counted or not.
You got to check that out, bro. You can't say I think I can't vote. You got to know if I can't vote.
Well, I know I can't. I gotta send shit to Tallahassee.
Take that shit
now. See, we done had all this
conversation about we are questioning you.
You feel me?
Hey, I voted the first time. I wasn't gonna protest.
So how you voted the first time?
Because they hadn't went in.
New
My
shit
shit
happened.
hadn't
Oh,
went
new
into
shit
it.
happened. Okay,
Yeah, and what? I don't know. Did it happen? It
Man,
just
check
didn't
that
go
shit
into
out.
effect.
Check that shit out immediately. Because Bruh Nation, when these elections start, we definitely gonna hit you hard with the political stuff. Because y'all gotta vote, man.
Starting now.
Yeah, y'all gotta vote, man.
Primaries.
Niggas don't get
The
that.
primaries do matter, yes.
Local judges.
Yes, and you don't see Rick Scott trying to get your boy Bill Nelson out real clean. He up too. He up. So if y'all want Voldemort to be y'all senator, y'all don't vote. You gonna get Voldemort. So
niggas don't care. Niggas eating that shit.
Well, niggas need to care, boy. That's real talk. What you got, Matt? What you got? What you got?
Man, it's such a difference in eating and living well.
Yeah.
Eating is something new and shiny. Living well is, I don't worry about my kids at night.
Yeah.
They can be outside, they can be inside.
Inside, well,
I worry about them when they go to school.
See that you talking about grown shit right now.
But niggas out here
Only
eating,
grown,
so it's all
yeah.
good, so
I was
they
say
vote.
only grown niggas can vote.
No. Just because you're 18 don't mean you grown. When I talk about grown shit, I mean men, grown men. There's a lot of niggas that's of age legally, but not grown men responsibly. And that's the problem. That's why a lot of niggas don't give a fuck about voting. And why a lot of ratchet bitches out here don't give a fuck about voting. Yeah, ratchet, yeah, the hood. That's what I'm
People just don't give a fuck about voting in general.
People in general.
That's what the problem
Because it
is.
ain't just because, not the majority of white people don't vote either.
That's
So
true.
it's
That's why I
not-
said
it's not
people.
just niggas.
People need to vote.
But you know, what really sucks about it is the people who need to vote most have so much on their plate already.
Right.
If I'm working 3 jobs and I gotta watch these kids, I don't know if I'm making it to the library, and I get that.
Yeah.
But if you can be right next to where they voting, throwing a barbecue, and you don't go vote,
What's up?
shame on
See,
Man, what about, and you know what too? I mean, I guess I'll give them a pass, like, oh, I'm busy, but man, they have early voting for like 3 months before it's voting time.
But you gotta understand, people at the bottom trying to stay off the street have different priorities.
True.
And who are they talking to that like, go vote?
Man, I go and vote the first day of early voting.
I think a lot of shit get instilled in you when you're young, and going to school and all of that. It really wasn't a big deal. I mean, you heard about it every now and then about voting, but it really wasn't no push. Like I know about death. I remember death, the drug shit.
Yeah, it's the coloring books.
Yeah, you remember
Oh,
death.
you know what? That's
But
right.
the vote, the push,
I'm
the
not
push to
sure.
vote.
It made it like a big thing, especially for seniors who are turning 18.
Well,
Older, y'all. That makes sense.
And it's a new generation.
Yeah.
Too. We're a
Yeah,
different
they
generation.
give us,
They doing that
stickers,
now. Put me on game.
I voted. They give you a sticker.
Oh
with
yeah,
your vote.
they ain't give a fuck about that shit when I was in school. 2001, 2002. And they wasn't paying
I'm about to
attention
say, Matt,
to
did
that shit.
anybody come to your high school to stand and try to register y'all?
They need to.
Oh, you're right, Matt went to stand.
Plus rules due, so 18 you gotta register for the selective service.
Right.
Just in case they need.
And that automatically, yeah.
Yeah, so fill out all your paperwork at once, fellas. And do it before you become a
But it
family.
gotta be instilled in you when you young, and let you know how important it is. Goddamn, because once you get grown, and then you're talking about you hear about how important it is about voting, you got other shit going on.
Yeah, that's true.
Priorities are relative.
Yeah.
Very true. But all that being said, y'all go vote, niggas. Primaries coming up. Vote.
At least find out if you can.
Yeah, exactly. At
Know
least
your
find-
status.
Yeah, know your status.
Status.
As Diddy would say, Diddy would say, rob the vote. You ain't never partied with me. Until you vote with Diddy, you ain't never partied with me.
I'm fucked up out
with
here in
me,
these
Terrence.
streets. I'm fucked up out here in these streets. All I can do is campaign, my nigga.
That's
So
what
I-
Do that.
I-
That's just as good.
Yeah.
What's your vote, like,
Huh?
again?
No. Well, I said what? No, I gotta send some for all you
Yeah,
all you
fellas
felons out there.
Tell them, what fellas
Alright.
got to do to vote.
There's some shit in Tallahassee. You gotta look that shit up yourself. Google, niggas. And
Keep going.
you gotta fill out some paperwork and send that to get your rights back. That's the rights to get your firearms. Cause just because you're a felon don't mean you can't never have a pistol again. You gotta send that shit in Tallahassee for firearms and a vote. And send that shit to Tallahassee and they'll send you some shit back. Most likely, more than likely, you'll get it back unless you're a serial killer or something crazy, some shit.
But see, what you talking about? That's a Florida specific thing. And
Yeah, that's Florida. I don't know about other states.
And when your application or request goes in, it's reviewed by a board. And that was recently in the news because the
They
board,
backed up. Yeah, I was
It's
just
not
about to say
exactly
that.
backed up. It's no criteria
Yeah.
to say, okay,
Yes or no?
you did this crime, this crime, you've done this with your life since then, you can vote. It's who's he related to?
Yeah.
Did
I
he
seen
donate?
Yeah, it's no criteria. I know what Matt talking about. I seen the thing, and they was saying they like somewhere around 15 to 20,000 people behind
We got other stuff to
on
do
giving
now.
people their rights back.
That's so crazy.
They only grant right. Another thing too is they get thousands of submissions a year, and they only grant about 200 or 300 of them yes or no. So they're not even answering it. So and they was like, we don't got enough people in this office. And then the camera panned, and it was like 30 people in the office.
We ain't got time to read all of them.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
that's all they do.
No, it's not. It's not. It's
No,
not.
they do
Okay,
other stuff.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
they do
gotcha.
other stuff.
See,
That's all they do. I'm like,
Maybe we should get people that.
They don't
that's
tell
all they
niggas
do.
that the biggest hustle is all of that lawmaking and congressional shit. If you want to get some easy money, get into that shit. All of these people at courthouses and
Politics.
law politics, especially politics, because politicians know a lot of politicians
Lobbyists make
don't
most
do
money.
shit.
Lobbyists make a ton of money.
The things they do go so unnoticed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it just kind of sucks. But it's again one of those things where if people aren't having these conversations on the regular at home about what has Bill Nelson done for me, it don't.
Very
it don't
true.
matter.
And you was talking about lobbyists and stuff like that. When the last time you think a nigga in 50-20 talked about a lobbyist?
Man, niggas trying to survive.
Exactly. So they not talking about lobbyists. So that's like a whole different thing, man. That's a whole different thing. Regardless, go vote. Period. Because you know what? You can vote on this next topic that we're about to talk about, because this is very important too. Immigration. So in the news this week, Donald Trump, when he wasn't saving the world, got becoming the tag team champions of the world with Kim Jong-un or whatever. Peace in North Korea. Conceding that we'll never shoot a bullet their way again without getting anything in return. When he wasn't doing all that, he had assigned new rules for the immigration people, and apparently they started to separate the children and the parents or whatever, and they're being detained in separate issues. So one of the things that came up this week was a Mexican woman, came across the border with her child, who was an infant, and the child apparently was breastfeeding, and the ICE agent took the child off the woman's breast while he was feeding. Off the teat.
Milk still squirting.
And was basically, and so it was a big uproar, a big outcry about it on a lot of different media things or whatever about it. And it made me think, and I wanted to ask my boys and girls up here, my friends on this panel, how they feel about immigration. Because, you know, immigration is like one of the #1 issues in all the last 4 or 5 election cycles or whatever. And I don't think, like, black people ever really, going back to what we were just talking about, I don't think black people ever really thought about or addressed the issue in general. Do you think this measure of immigration that they're doing with the separation of the children and the parents and detaining them for months and then deciding if they're going to send them back to the country of origin, do you think that's a thing? Do you think we should
God damn it, boy, if you don't get to the question,
I'm saying, that's the question. Do you think we should open it up?
Spit it out.
Go ahead, you started off.
I don't want to start it off.
You started off. You started off.
Thank you, Matt. In the case of illegal immigration, this ain't nothing new from America. This is the government separating parents for shoplifting, they taking people's kids. For having a positive drug screen, during pregnancy, they taking your kids. So don't think Lady America won't snatch them kids up off you.
Rumors. There's somebody saying you was
just saying, right. You can
take your kids.
You can lose your kids and have to prove you ain't do it. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So for illegal immigration, I support immigration that we can keep track of. I just want to know who coming in my house. If people just running in through the backyard and I don't know you, that's a problem for me.
I don't understand the whole. You have a whole immigration system for it. If they come across the border, just send them right back. I just don't understand this whole.
Send them right back?
If you see them coming across the border, just send them right back across the border.
They're not necessarily from Mexico.
So where?
They could be from Honduras.
Yeah, some of the people they travel for thousands of miles.
So they have no reason. Mexico has no reason to accept them.
If you see them come in from Mexico,
push them?
Send them back. I'm sorry, I just really think this is like.
Oh, you said no matter where
you from, get your ass out of here.
That's where you came. If you came into America from Mexico, you can get yourself back to where you came from Mexico.
They ain't trying to go.
That's why. Let me put this in perspective. So if it's Canada and this is a nigga going into Canada, they're gonna say, fuck it.
Turn around and go wherever you came from.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But not if you sneak through the mountains.
Well, you're right.
If you go sneaking through the mountains, first you got to figure out
if you ain't even from there. If you go sneaking through the mountains, you got balls. Cause that's hard as shit, boy.
You really want to get here?
Do you really want that life?
Or you might walk 2,000 miles from Honduras with your baby on your back, and you think they gonna push you back across?
Listen, we got a third world country. Well, not
Mexico,
all.
not third.
It's not all, but it is spots.
Second world.
Well, it is spots where that shit is
you talking about Mississippi?
Yeah, I was gonna say just like America.
Yeah, no, she right. Mississippi is a third world.
No.
Me and Matt have been there before.
Okay, it's
like they told us we can't pump gas there.
It's fucked up in Mississippi.
Y'all gotta go.
You can take a walk and straight.
I honestly don't care about immigration. If people want to come to America, whatever. We want to go everywhere else and visit every other country. So if somebody want to come. I mean,
you can't stay there though. I mean, every country not let people just move in.
They squatting.
I mean, if America wasn't so busy meddling in other countries' stuff, we wouldn't have to worry about people come over here and trying to mess stuff up.
Nah, that's not the source. Them niggas coming regardless.
Okay.
Them niggas coming regardless.
I'm just saying, if they have come over here and they just want a better life, if you in Mexico and you can't get nowhere, you want to come to America to have a better life, I don't understand what's wrong with that.
But you know what I got over here, since I ain't grow up in America and don't speak the English and I ain't really got no skills, I'm at the steals.
Oh, come on, Trump. What you
people
doing?
In America still.
What you doing, Trump?
Do we need more people coming to steal?
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Full but on Trump on that.
No, this is what I'm saying.
So only Americans can.
Man got a blonde comb over.
I can't give you the benefit of the doubt that if you snuck in here that you're coming here for a better life. What I can do is review your application, send it before the board, and if it's all good, you and your baby can leave in the morning. Y'all got somewhere to go? Y'all got somewhere to stay?
I wish we had an intern brother, because I wonder how much an application for American citizenship
Yeah, let me get some perspective.
I think it's like $5.
It's easy to say, tell the Mexicans or
back.
South America or whoever, just wait, put in the application, and then 5-6 years, people ain't, some of these motherfuckers thinking I don't have, it's a dire situation. So if you're gonna take the risk to come in, do your thing, goddamn. I don't give a fuck. But it is gonna be some obstacles to doing it. And if you get sent back, it's gonna be some consequences. So if you get caught and you get sent back, fuck it, just try again.
You know the law though, I want to say, I want to point this out.
Yeah.
The reason why we detained them or whatever, because Brea was saying why we don't just push them back across that bitch. But the reason why we
Not
don't
push them. Do not take my words out of context.
the reason why we don't detain them is the rule is if you set foot on American soil, wherever it is, and you say amnesty, we have to fucking review the case. We can't just send you back or whatever. It don't matter where you from. So if you say amnesty, if you're from England and you say amnesty, and we gotta have a case. Now the case, if you from Mexico and you say amnesty, we're gonna be like, bitch, ain't nothing going on in Mexico. You gotta go back. But the case still gotta be heard.
The cartel.
That don't count.
I'm running from the United
No, sir.
Your government gotta handle that.
Yeah.
How much it is?
So to apply, you mean like to apply?
Yeah.
To apply is $725.
They ain't got it. They ain't got it.
American or
American
dollars?
dollars. That's American dollars.
But check
They ain't got it.
Nigga, that's 10,000 pesos.
But here go the thing.
I think Tate's currency exchange is off.
Just to get out of jail.
Uh-oh.
That's true.
American.
A
They're
700% interest fee, $700 cover.
That's how we know they ain't got it.
No, them Mexicans gotta sell their baby to get $700. That's 10,000 pesos.
Only one got to come. If one make it through,
You're right.
settle down and get to work,
Man,
sit
get it
down
how
with
you
it back,
feel,
and
my
all
nigga.
come over.
Well, that's
Just
how
fill
some
out
people
the
do it for
paperwork.
real. But the one who got through, he got here illegally, and he been sending it back. But that's true. It do happen like that. You get one through, and then you can have the rest of it flow
I think
or whatever. But
it's real American to immigrate illegally to America. Because you're saying where I'm at ain't good enough for me. And whatever it takes, I'm going to go get it.
Everybody in America is immigrant.
I was just about to say
It's a
that.
big deal about
It's
this.
true.
This is white.
Except for Native Americans.
This is white people problem. This is the niggas don't care.
Nah, this a you problem.
No.
Yeah, it is because you know number one.
Man, hold on. I just want to say because most niggas ain't thinking about any goddamn Mexicans unless you're in the Mexican area, so you might be right. I just ain't used to that shit. But white people can because it's turning the country brown.
See, I don't care about that either. But see, here go my thing.
White people do. And they majority.
But here's the thing though. There's only so many jobs to go around or whatever. And that's why white people feel like that. Oh, it's only so many jobs to go around, whatever.
Man,
But here's the thing.
They're not doing them jobs.
No, that's what I was just about to say that. They're not cutting the cabbage.
Exactly.
So they tripping on that. But for us as black people, I think we should care because I think
I ain't cutting the cabbage either.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay,
I'm saying that if as minorities, if we join forces, it increases our forces, is what I'm saying. If it's more of them and they feel like they are us, then it's more of us.
Is they fucking with us though? If you fucking with us, you act like it's cool.
Why would they be fucking with us? They Mexican.
That's true. I recently went to, when we were at Slim Wet, and what Slim White? Okay, here go a quick little story. Me and Tank just went to my brother's wedding or whatever, right? So he married a Mexican woman or whatever. Her grandma got up there and did a speech, and she was like, "I want all you colored people to accept my daughter." You should have heard my brother's grandma and they'll be like, "What?"
Damn it, bust out laughing.
Yeah, my cousin Jasmine bust out laughing. She was like, "Bitch!" They're about to fight Grandma Mexicano.
We don't have a lot of African Americans in Tijuana.
Yo,
new to this.
real funny though. Like all the Mexicans came up to us and was like, "Yo, she didn't mean it like that. She real old." But I was like, "Damn, I ain't know y'all hate us too."
It's not even.
Yeah.
Ain't that what they call them? I watch black and white TV over in Mexico.
But yeah,
what is it about American niggas that that the whole world don't like.
Because the white people in America told them not to like them.
Africans, China, it's like American black people.
He do have a point.
Are different than
every other nigga.
Everywhere.
That's true. He do have a point.
Because we American.
We're affiliated with that white shit. With
white
imperialism.
I think it's because
with dark skin.
I think it's because
twofold.
Americanism, like the profile of being American, America's the most powerful country in the world. And as they came to power, they spread their influence. Just like back in the day, Britain was the most powerful country, and the UK spread their power, and everybody had British values. Well, when America started doing it, everybody had American values. And part of American values is fuck niggas.
I think niggas need to recognize that shit and learn how to work within the system. And stop.
You mean like vote?
Yeah, man. All this victimhood shit and always, they doing something to me and doing something to me. We on the fucking world leader plantation right now, goddamn, and we could do whatever the fuck we want to if we all realize.
I don't agree with that. You
can't do whatever the fuck we want to if we all realize.
But you can't say that all black people are treating themselves as victims. We are the victims.
I ain't say all, no.
Okay.
I say all is a victim mentality that, I can't do this because white people are so oppressive and blah blah blah. Fuck that oppression.
Okay. But you know that mentality is part of the oppression. Right. Because it's like the whole being woke thing. One of the first things you have to realize when you woke as a black person is that I thought to myself that being black is not cool or whatever, or being black is lesser than white. Everybody think that when you kids, it's just like when they had the little experiment, everybody probably seen it, where they took the kids, the black kids, and they asked which doll was good or bad, and they picked the white doll every time. I'm pretty sure those kids' parents wasn't saying white is better, but it's the society around you. So first thing you have to do is realize like, oh shit, the society is making me feel like that, so I'm not gonna do that no more. Then you're right, then you gotta, to quote Matt, pull up your bootstraps and do something about it shit, and do it yourself, like get better yourself. You do have the opportunity to do some shit, so do it.
Yeah, we know the system fucked up.
Right. We know everything fucked up. That's a good point. We know everything
fucking over everybody.
No, it's not fucking over everybody.
Yeah.
No. But that's it. See, but we know shit fucked up. The people who is fucking over.
That's why it's systematic.
Right. But since it's not getting everybody, what are those people doing that we not?
Well, it's still see this is where the system comes into play.
They voted in their racist granddaddies to make these laws that make our life criminal. That we take the time to go and say, hey, let's get this off the books.
Yeah. Right. Well, this is where the system comes into play because it's a mentality thing too, of constant white supremacy. Into your mind, like every nigga like if you had to realize at some point that you thought white people were better than you, or at some point in my life, I didn't know why, I didn't know how I was doing. It's like
it's true, it's a subliminal.
It's like when I see Bobos, it's
not true for everybody.
It's like when I see Bobos, like when I see Jordans, like something about a Jordan sign make you think that these Jordans is better than these Bobos for some reason.
So that's the point right there. Everybody doesn't grow up the same. Everybody's not exposed. Like my parents exposed me to certain things that other black kids don't get exposed to.
And white kids.
And white kids. Yeah, I was gonna say that though. And it's like you have to have that mentality. You have to have the want to come out of it. It has to like click for you. For some people, it doesn't click.
Right.
And they stay
and they get left behind.
Gotta have that click. This supposed to be about immigration right now. Fuck them Mexicans. That's what bro Listen saying. Y'all ain't even talking. Well, y'all.
That's not what bro Listen saying. That's what Spain's saying.
Y'all.
I'm not saying fuck Mexicans.
Look here.
I am saying I'm indifferent about Mexicans.
All my Mexican amigos.
I don't care.
Y'all keep coming across that border. You know, talking about fuck these crackers over here. There's plenty of room. There's plenty of jobs. I hate when they talk about some job like these crackers go and pick oranges and shit.
Here's my thing. I say it's about immigrants, period. No matter if they Mexican, Japanese, Chinese, wherever you from, you're an immigrant. Here's my thing, or whatever. I'm indifferent about your immigration. If you want, I'm with Matt. If you want to come legally, then come legally. But if you try to immigrate illegally, bruh, you can't do that. That's not how the law works.
No, you can't do that.
You already showed us you're a criminal.
Right. No, dead.
No.
But here's my thing.
We're gonna do it. Oh, you.
It is illegal.
No, man.
Before you attack me, let me finish my point. But here's my thing. I do also think that these. I do also think that these people should be given a better opportunity to immigrate. I think the restrictions on immigration are too strong and too vast.
I agree.
Then I think they should be given a better opportunity. But you better do it legally. If you get caught, it's like Elian Gonzalez, right? I don't give a fuck about Elian Gonzalez. Take your little Cuban ass back to Cuba. That shit don't bother me because there's kids in the hood that can't get fucking lunch and don't eat. And you think I worry about Elian Gonzalez?
They pulling them off the teeth, though.
Man, fuck that shit.
What
man.
happened to that?
Fuck pull them off. And you know what? As far as the baby that got pulled off the titty, I don't care. I really don't.
That's a real
Because
change of pace.
here's why. Here's why I don't care about the baby that got pulled off the titty. Is the baby starving? Did the baby die?
He
Is the
gonna
baby
live.
gonna die? The baby, he probably better take care of now than that fucking 30-day walk.
Slow down, Trump. Slow down, Trump.
He is.
The more you think about it.
Now you Trump and this nigga Sessions.
That's it. Oh, wait a minute. I ain't gonna be Sessions, goddamn. I better be goddamn Picks. I ain't gonna be no goddamn Sessions.
It's time for you to leave.
Hey, wait a minute.
I tell you what, I'm being Carson. The pyramids was built by Joseph the Store Crane.
Now one thing.
And I stopped a nigga from robbing the Popeyes one time.
With a knife.
With a knife. And I still got my 2-piece spicy, and they was out of spicy. And I still did it.
It one thing to put some sweat in the crack of my ass. Y'all know how irritating that is.
I'm sorry, what?
He said, it's
Don't
one
worry about it,
thing
you gonna see it.
that puts
Keep
some
going.
sweat in the crack of his ass. And you know how
When
irritating
niggas
that
start
is.
talking about laws and shit when it comes to these immigrants. Fuck these cracker laws. You know, these crackers can make any kind of law they want to. God damn it, it was, you know how many laws it was against niggas before? So when they say, you're doing it, but it's illegal, man, that shit don't matter to me. My thing is, I'm a humanist, like you said last week, you black
Humanist,
bastard.
yes.
I'm a humanist. They got to do what they got to do to better their family.
And that's cool.
Can I come stay
Fuck
on you and
you.
Kendra couch indefinitely?
Right. That's what I was just about to say.
I'm
Bring
ready
on,
to
come in
keep
your
it,
house.
bro.
I'm staying there.
It's
You
all
can't kick
hypocrisy
me out.
because
That's
America feel
different.
like they can barge their way into other people's countries and.
But them not the people that's coming.
I don't
Related.
care. You cannot dish it out and I want to take it.
That makes no sense because
I
they're not
would
related.
say why. I would say why.
I agree with Matt though.
And
Here's
so
why they're not related. When we go into Syria, we not going into Syria to stay there. We just going to fuck shit up and we leaving. Now if I come in and I break James
Still
your couch,
wrong.
yeah, it's wrong. We ain't arguing the
It's not
wrongness
wrong.
of it. What, going into another nigga country ain't wrong? What we
A
arguing?
sovereign nation?
A sovereign going into a sovereign nation is wrong, bro.
Nope.
Without cause of war?
I have the big stick. Don't make me beat you with it.
Whoa, but
That is
Oh,
wrong.
that's why. Oh,
man.
That's not.
man,
Because
you
you-
that.
And that's nature, baby.
Because
That's nature.
if you don't,
Fuck 'em.
if you
I'm with
don't
you,
do
man.
that, you know who is up with the big stick? Kim Jong-un.
Slavery wasn't wrong. Then.
Not if you tag team champions.
Matt, you looking at the bigger picture. I
I'm
feel
sorry,
you.
I can't help myself.
Real, in a way, Matt, right. He who has the big stick, swing that bitch. That, so,
Who you want
like,
to
Right.
who you want to give a stick to?
it don't make it right. But that's
Nature,
your
hey,
I
nature.
understand the nature. I'm
The
just
big
saying
lion
it's
eating
wrong.
the little
It's
lion.
still wrong.
I just watched a
It's
video.
nature, yes, but it's wrong.
I just watched a video today where Grizzly Bear went and slapped the shit out of motherfucking Bambi and took the cow and ate it live.
Yeah.
This
They
is nature.
ain't even give him a fair fight. He just not.
No. Fuck, I don't want you, Bambi. Give me
He
this
didn't
cow.
process that paperwork. Bambi got process. Bambi got process
Let me
that
see your
paperwork.
papers.
Point being, nature is gruesome, and humans think that we is separate from nature.
Obviously, we're not.
Shit
No,
gonna happen.
but
You know why humans think they're separate from nature? Because we have consciousness
And we have toilet
morals
paper.
and systems.
Wipe our ass and shit.
Right. Okay. So here's my question to that. Right. When you say we just hopping in other countries, other sovereign nations are just doing what we want because we want, then why we not hopping in France and making them eat good food?
They got nukes. They got back.
They got guns too.
They got back. They
They
got
got
guns.
No, you know why? Because we don't see them as a threat to
No.
our values.
It's because they got guns.
They
If
got
France,
allies.
no,
What
if France,
about-
what I'm
what
saying,
about-
if France didn't have guns and they was doing something that America didn't like,
China,
we'll be over there blowing them the
China,
fuck up.
But if they do something, no, here's what I'm saying though. If they're doing something we don't like, and we're not picking on everybody, because why we're not invading Russia. But in the case of Assyria, in the case of Afghanistan, listen to what I'm saying.
That's why I say that.
Listen
That's
to
why
what
I
I'm
say
saying.
that.
Who do you think would treat the citizens of Iraq better, us or Saddam Hussein? You think it was fine when he was gassing the curve?
It's definitely
when he was enjoying some ethnic cleansing. It's better off.
It's definitely us. They better off.
If we going over there to genuinely help, but when we go over there to help and then we have our own underscoring agenda at the same time, that's what makes it.
I don't care.
But you gotta have an agenda
because it makes you feel good.
If I get a human and help other people.
I agree with you. Well, now you're a human. It's real. Welcome. No, but I agree with what you're saying. Brea, I agree with what you're saying about it's wrong, but that's just Matt and take it right. It's just gonna happen. That's the fact of it. Everybody got an agenda. You got an agenda in everything you do. America got an agenda. They want to spread democracy. That's what America want to do. So if you a socialist or a dictatorship, they gonna fuck your shit up. That's just part of the game. Or whatever. And when they see the right opportunity.
Unless you have guns too.
Yeah, you better point your shit out before it. And then I point my shit out before it. And then everybody that walk between the fort, we killing them. That's basically how America and the rest of the world work. That's why it's a G7 and not a G197. Because it's 7 countries with all the dicks, and they fuck everybody they want to. That's basically how it works, or whatever.
I understand that y'all right. I understand what you're saying.
Oh, you just
saying it's fucked up.
How I feel. It's messed up.
But join the Miss Universe pageant.
You end up with ethnic cleansing and every other
Because I want world peace.
You understand?
World peace is unobtainable.
It is, I know.
It's only that asteroid gonna bring it.
Very optimistic.
I'm down with the asteroid. I've been calling for the asteroid. Shout out to y'all ain't saying the
I
asteroid.
try to believe in humanity as much as I can. Even though it's not, everybody doesn't.
So young, so impressive.
Oh,
I'm too cynical and evil for that shit. I don't believe in no damn body. I don't even believe in y'all niggas.
Humanity.
Besides doing this show, y'all do a damn good job.
I'm sure eventually down the line, my mind will change about things right now.
Yeah, you just gotta
I'm okay with being like that.
Yeah, you just gotta get fucked up in life. It's okay.
Most people is good and decent, and they only doing what they think is good and decent.
I disagree. Most people like shit.
I agree with that, guys.
Most people like shit.
But
if you find
an Empire bail bond, she knows exactly what she's doing.
Empire, yeah. Before we end this show, Empire. What you like Empire bail bond? God damn it, man!
You gotta think about who our customer is. You gotta think about what the situation is. Listen, this is your 6th time this year getting arrested for possession at your mama house. I'm tired of playing with you, Tyrone. You can't hit them with the listen, brother, man. I understand that the system is against you. If you can't pay the $10 a week, we can work out 7. Can you do 7? She's running the business. If he don't like it, he can go make it happen.
She shouldn't be in business.
$10 a week.
The business model, maybe it should be done away with. That's my thought.
Right.
But if it exists, it's clearly what she's doing is working. Because Nice Guys bail bond, I ain't seen that commercial yet.
I don't want no bail bonds. Fuck the bail bond system. Do away with it. Put in the review board. And then on immigration,
change law.
If you make it, good for you, bro. That's what's up. But if you get caught, I can't fight that battle. And the reason why I say that is because I got my own shit to worry about. I'm not about to stand on a picket line arguing for you to become a citizen. You know, if this is what you want and you want to get here, earn it. Do it then. Cross the border. If you make it, cool for you. If you don't, whatever. That's what I'm saying. All the people who made it.
Push them back? Are we pushing them back?
We can't push them back. Brea, that was a bad idea. We ain't got them type of guns.
Take them babies and push them back.
You
Sessions, Trump, and motherfucking Ivanka.
Let me tell you something, Cedric.
Get off the
If you call me Jeff Sessions one more motherfucking time, that motherfucker got 13 people in his cabinet, and you keep calling me the racist motherfucker from Alabama that think weed smoking is bad. You better not call me Jeff Sessions no goddamn more.
Sessions, Trump, and Ivanka.
Yeah, at least, I want to be Betsy Devos. I think private schools is perfect, and I think y'all kids stupid.
I think a tour of free lunch is terrible.
That's it. That's it.
Is that what that hoe said?
Bruh, bruh.
You know.
Oh my God. Betsy Devos is trash, bro. Like, she's horrible.
How many babies she got?
She got several, but they all pay for them.
Yeah, they all straight. They get college.
They didn't have
You want to know how bad of a person she is?
Remember
when the Wells Fargo thing came out that they were stealing money and all the credit cards and shit and fucking up the loans? Betsy DeVos was the CEO.
Oops.
So he took the CEO of the worst company in America and was like, bitch, you run education. Because you don't seem smart.
But
You think I put the ball in hair?
Alright, time to go.
What we think? Hair. Harry. D say hair. That motherfucker over here. Kendra. Baby, what you think? Ball. Kendra say ball.
You cut off. You hear that? Cedric Owens and
That was-
cut off.
Right there, Cedric.
Hey man, that's it, man.
Somebody get some more water.
That's something.
For the record, I just want to say
That's why she's so
that.
mad.
I want to say, I want to say it's Harry and it's nappy and keep getting caught on her panties. So that's why she angry all the time and she want to fuck our kids over. But that being said,
That's
man.
why we can't change shit. We're supposed to be talking about this poor legislation.
Y'all
And you over here with these.
Y'all got Matt mad again. It was a good show. Matt was doing good.
We was winning.
Matt sending y'all shit.
We was winning till it happened.
We was winning. You know
We
you
could have
gotta
had it all, black people. We could have had it all.
Hey,
Shot.
we had a show where we almost all agreed for the most of the show, and then
And then
take like Busher ball head.
We even shook off the killer.
That's it.
Yeah,
We pushed through.
Then we gonna brother listen, Bush a ball head. What we doing? Bush.
D, if you say Bush one more time, you banned from the peanut gallery. Bush baby. Hey, that's what they be eating when they be coming across the border. Beans and shit. I seen Dennis the Menace. When you go camping, you eat beans in the can.
Bring it back all full frontal.
That's it. Full circle is what it's called. Full frontal. Boy, you got a problem, man.
Whatever that shit called.
Full frontal is nudity.
Full circle.
Well, I think,
Bring it
Run
on
Nation,
back.
I think Tank might be have a pornography problem or something like that. Yeah. But man, we appreciate everybody listening, man. We hope y'all enjoy episode number 14, man. We gonna go ahead on and wrap it up, man, and get these final thoughts in. Before we go, I just want to say, everybody out there, man, check us out. Like us on Facebook so you can keep up with our information. Follow us on Twitter at Bruh Listen Pod. And also follow us on Instagram at Bruh Listen Podcast. And like and subscribe and hit the notification bell on YouTube. If you're watching this, we appreciate it. If you're not watching it and you're listening, watch it. 6 p.m. Saturday, YouTube. Check it out or whatever. But we're going to go ahead on and wrap it on up, get these final thoughts. Matt, what's your final thought, baby?
Your mind is the factory that produces your life. So use good materials.
There it is. Tank, what your final thought is, man?
Cause I hate to spend my life ducking one time.
I'm okay with that, actually. That's pretty deep.
That's Tupac.
That was Tupac. That's philosophy
This
stuff
stuff
right
like
there.
No, for real.
This nigga D said he thought it was Mary J. Blige.
Real. On the first one, on the bail bondsman, hey man, try to stay out of trouble. And if you do get into trouble,
Don't bond out if you did.
Don't bond out.
Save your money.
don't buy that. No.
Okay, what you saying?
Yeah, you're right. Don't buy
Don't
that.
buy that. Say you money. Alright. You got anything on the immigration thing that you want to add, or you done?
Immigration, but you know, the verdict on Mexican bitches, Baller Bush.
You asked for more, you got more.
You right. You're right, man. I did that to myself.
Dear God.
We miss you,
You know
intern
that,
Bush.
Intern Bud, where you at, man? I feel like if you was here, this shit wouldn't be carrying on like this, man.
Make these thoughts
If you
fine,
back-
baby.
That's it. Don't do it. And then Tate would be forced to say, Bud, sit your ass down instead of making Bush comments. Real, what's your final thoughts?
I'm all for the pretrial. What do you call it?
Intervention.
There you go, intervention. These bail bondsmen, I'm not on board with that at all. Get rid of everywhere. Get rid of it everywhere. And the immigration, I just don't care. If you want to come to America, come to America. It is what it is.
What's up? We gonna meet you at the border. We gonna push your ass back over. Not the gate. Gas high.
I really think that's a simple solution. America, if you don't want people, just send them over there.
I was gonna say
If you don't want
Wakanda.
them here, bye.
Wakanda ain't tolerate that shit. They had a zero immigration policy.
Yeah.
Ain't no application to get in Wakanda.
Damn right.
You try to get in Wakanda,
We cannot let them all in here. What happened to this planet?
how would we feed them?
Shit.
Wakanda ain't have no immigration, so I gotta go with Wakanda on that one. T'Challa, that's the only thing you got right. Don't let nobody in, baby, except me.
Right.
I'm your brother. And my final thought, man, I'm gonna say this, man. Immigration and the bail bonds and all that justice system and stuff. If you disprivileged, man, don't give up. If you in a hard situation, don't give up, man, because you can achieve it, bro. If you in a bad situation and you're an ex-felon or whatever, and you want to be somebody, you can be somebody, dude. And if you're an immigrant or a kid of an immigrant and you came over here and everything, the odds were stacked against you, don't think that you can't make it, man. If you out there, you listening to our voice, man, you can make it. Remember, believe, achieve, and be somebody. So that's my final thought.
Rob a bank if you got to. Fuck them.
Not my bank.
Not my bank, but a bank.
Do what you gotta do, baby.
Yeah, go back in time to rob Wells
Bring
Fargo
trucks.
when Betsy DeVos was in charge of.
Brick Trucks got a lot of weaknesses. Y'all gotta peep it. All right, they have 2 niggas
Take
in
been
the
playing too
fight.
much Grand Theft Auto.
One in the front.
But we appreciate everybody for listening, man. Bro, Listen Podcast, episode number 14, man. Thanks for checking us out on the YouTube. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. And yeah, man, as we say every week, all power to the people. Peace.
You are shocking.
This week's Tank's Terrible Tips.